Hey, I'm Bob, that totally blind guy since birth who's into Star Wars and Star Wars action figures. And if you like what you see in this Star Wars video, you know the drill by now. Like, subscribe, notification button, yada yada yada. Anywho, we're continuing to take looks back at Luke Skywalker. In our last video, we took a look at Luke in Stormtrooper disguise. We're going to try and keep this as chronological as we can. So today we're going to be taking a look at Luke Skywalker in X-Wing gear. So let me bring him forward. And this is actually the first Luke Skywalker I ever received around Christmas of '96. I'd already received the original trilogy, the Leonard Maltin versions, where Maltin was interviewing George Lucas. They were tagged on to the beginning of each film. And my mom was out shopping that Christmas Eve, and she sees Star Wars everywhere. And she thinks to herself, you know, this kid needs to be visualizing what he's seeing on screen. So she nabbed this guy, and she nabbed a C-3PO and a Rebel Snowspeeder. And, well, it was her fault that I got hooked on this tactile foray into the Star Wars galaxy. And I've been hooked ever since. And this guy is probably one of my favorites. I know he probably looks a bit bulkier than he should, but as far as nostalgia goes, I don't know. I can't give this guy up. He's just the first visualization of Luke I ever got. And so he's got a DL-44 in his left hand. I don't know if he ever used it in the movies or not. We're going to turn him around, and he's got his blue bladed lightsaber there in his right. I don't know if he looks yellow with age or not. And so that's basically Luke. Tell you a little something. When I first opened him, I thought this was a do instead of a helmet. And I was like, this guy has some of the weirdest hair I think I've ever seen. And I never told anybody until now that I thought that this version of Luke was just rocking some kind of a wacky hairdo rather than an X-Wing helmet. I was like, oh, he's got kind of a part going down both sides of his hair there. And then when I opened Leia, I saw buns on her head. And then I remember taking a look at this guy, and I was like, what did he do? Did he put buns on his head too? Because look at that right there. If you can't see anything, have been blind since birth, and are looking at a Luke in X-Wing gear, I mean, I just thought that was hair, and I wondered why he didn't come with a helmet. Silly 13-year-old me didn't realize that a helmet was already molded to his head. So, oh, and about the lightsaber. Okay, when the lightsaber was unignited, I just thought he strapped it to his back like a regular sword, and it was some kind of glowing, He-Man power sword-like thing. I didn't know that it was just a hilt that he strapped to his belt. I thought, oh, it's just a sword. He can go around and chop people up if he wants to. So I had very interesting preconceptions, as it were, to what was going on in Star Wars. I don't know when I found out the lightsaber was actually just a hilt and I don't know, like a big flashlight. Not too long after that. I think I was hanging around with a buddy of mine, and I was like, yeah, so he probably straps this to his back when he doesn't have it ignited. And he's like, oh no, dude, it's just like a big flashlight. He just attaches the handle to his belt. So yeah, you tend to miss out on a lot. So yeah, that's Luke. Sorry about that weird bit of trivia there, but I still crack myself up all these years later, looking back on what I thought in terms of Star Wars back in the day. So next time we're going to be taking a look at Luke in ceremonial garb, so be here for that. May the Force be with you. Keep your X-Wing helmets on, fly straight, unlike me, and I will hear you later.